So tell us how this conference has contributed to the work of your organization.
So PARIS21, the Partnership in Statistics for Development in the 21st Century, is a fairly small organization. We're about 20 people hosted at the OECD that helps low and middle income countries strengthen statistical systems for sustainable development. So, as a fairly small organization, this is really a wonderful opportunity for us to connect to the community, to meet new people, and to really, broaden our horizons in terms of the work that we do. Now, we're on the program committee, so we've been involved in the data forums from the start, but I've been continuously surprised about how much it's changing and the kind of new important voices that emerge on the scene. And this event has really been a great opportunity for us to connect to those people.
So what would have been one outstanding new voice that you heard this time?
Well, certainly connecting with the folks at the World Economic Forum was really interesting for us. We've had some engagement with them in the past, but to see how companies like WEF or organizations like WEF, but also some other donors and others are really prioritizing data more and more as a core part of the work that they do has been really illuminating for us, and I think speaks to the importance of the work that we're doing and the need to better engage that community in their work.
So what's perhaps one thing that you found very surprising about this conference?
Well, I think the thing that I found most surprising was that we haven't quite cracked the nut on how to effectively engage the private sector. And what I mean by that is that we all know it's important. We all know that the private sector is really increasingly a source of the data that we have in the world, yet we haven't quite landed on how to engage them beyond simply looking at tech solutions. So what I mean by that is that you may have a company that comes and they're doing some really interesting work on satellite imagery or on AI or something like that, but we tend to focus on specifically what is that intervention, what does it look like. What we need to do actually is engage with them on more meaningful, broader conversations about policy interventions, about how we can engage as partners in the long term, not just to get money and not just to get tech from them, but to actually together with them shape the solutions that we need for a sustainable future.
So you mean beyond getting data from these companies?
Absolutely, 100%. So it means, everything from human resources, how do we shape companies, what is the role of a company in society in a data-driven world to actually work together with civil society, to work together with international organizations to make the world a better place.
So my last question is, how would that impact then the program for next year that the committee is planning?
So I've been thinking a lot about this question, and I think it's something where, having private sector entities, and here what I think is really important is to note that, we're not just talking about tech companies, we're talking about SMEs, we're talking about, family-owned businesses, we're talking about private sector actors from all around the world to be engaged in the design of the World Data Forum, to be engaged as speakers, of course, but actually to really co-shape it together with us and to make it a success. And I think the other flip side of that is to get more governments involved as well. So of course, national statistical offices are the kind of heart of this event, and rightly so, but I think we can also do more work to get ministries involved, to get ministries of finance, of gender, of climate, all these other different parts of government more closely involved.